Hui! Do you also think that these pieces will not match each other? Hi there, this is Luise Heinzel. Welcome back to my channel Junk Journal Art. Today I would like to decorate the front page for April in my junk journal calendar. Perhaps you know my other videos. I showed you this several times. I made this calendar for myself and for my personal notes, and in front of each signature I have a page that I can use to play around, to try different things, and it's a special place for me because this journal is only for me, and also these pages in front of each month are only for me, and they are some kind of break of my other projects, and they normally calm me down. They help me a lot to be creative again when I perhaps have some troubles or that stuff. And I normally always enjoy recording such videos, and especially this kind of videos where I show you how I create these front pages in this calendar. On this day when I recorded this video, it was a little bit different because, let me try to explain that. Perhaps you know this from your own feelings as well. I thought I would like to combine different things. As you can see, I prepared something here. And even if I didn't have such a clear imagination of how my page should look like in the end, I had this motion of motivation. I wanted to create something. I wanted to sit down, calm down, make some meditative collaging, or how can I say that? And then I struggled so much with beginning that is really hard to explain and to bring into words. So as you can see here, I have some really strange things here on my desk. On the one hand, I have this paper here that comes from my Etsy shop that's called the Bunny Hug, and it's normally a complete junk journal kit. These are the main pages that you can use for making a journal, and it has also some ephemera, but this ephemera that you can see here is some leftover from another project. So perhaps you know my little giveaway tag challenge that I made to celebrate my 4,000 subscribers here on YouTube. And I had those pieces left over and wanted to combine them. And first I thought, okay, that's a really cool idea. Let's try this. But when I wanted to do it, I can't tell you, it was so strange. I had something like a fog in my head, some really strange motions, and also my eyes. I had the feeling that my eyes didn't work really well, so I don't have issues with my eyes. So I have these lenses in my eyes, but normally I can see everything. So do you know what I mean? I think that was a thing in my head that my eyes couldn't work like they normally would do. And the reason why I'm leaving this video on my channel and why I'm trying to explain this is because I would like to encourage you to try to sit to your desk, even if you have such feelings, and even if you think, okay, I can't do it. Sometimes there are some comments and also some private messages that reach me, and you say, it looks really creative what I'm doing. It is like I have some routine in this. And I want to show you that I also have days where nothing seems to go like I planned it. And that's the trouble that I had with this page. So first of all, I thought I can glue it into this book directly. But then I decided to glue it to another piece of paper so that you can see it a little bit better, because my junk journal calendar is really, it's really bulky. So I have it since the last October, and since the month went on, this junk journal calendar went really bulky. So if you want to try such a collage that I'm doing here, please don't be confused. Of course, you can also glue it directly into your book. But I wanted to have you the best, camera frame that's possible. So I decided to make it, next to my book, and then I will glue it into the book later. This idea to tear the pages into pieces I got from a German YouTube channel that's called Sonja's Kreativecke. Sonja is a German crafter. She's also a paper crafter. She does really amazing mixed media things as well. And the other day she used some of my steampunk junk journal papers, and also I think some of this penguin papers that I've made. And she made a really cool collage that I was really inspired by. And I thought to come over this stadium of being frustrated and this really strange some kind of prison feeling that it felt like my creativity is in prison. So don't know how I can say this in English, so my English is a little bit weird, but that's the reason why I'm trying to speak in pictures or something like that, because I don't have the right vocabulary for this. But to come out of this feeling, I thought I can use what I saw on her channel, this idea to make my own collage. And she teared the papers like I did it here, and then she put some different things in between. So I thought this could be a really cool idea and a really cool way to combine those papers that obviously don't fit so good together. So I think this colors of these birds and the flowers are really bright and intensive, and the papers of the bunny hug kit are really muted, some kind of vintage, this pastel colors. But when I have had this on my table, I thought, okay, I want this. I want to have exactly this combination. And I think we all have to think about this point, what other people could say about such a page. I think many of us are really, we see other things on Instagram, on Pinterest, wherever in the social media world, and we get information, we get tutorials, we get inspiration, and we are sometimes totally overwhelmed about this amount of creativity that goes around. And I think when we have all these pictures from other people in our head, it can happen that we don't like our own piece and our own creativity in the end. And I think that was some kind of point that was in my head in this situation. But perhaps you know this, and perhaps you can leave a comment if you have such feelings as well, and perhaps you can tell me what you are doing in such situations. How can you solve such problems with all those other inspirations, with all those pictures in your head, with all those ideas, to come to a point that you have a piece on your desk later that you can be satisfied with. I think that's a really hard thing, but I think we all have to go through this. So that's one thing that was in my head in this situation. So in the tutorial from Sonja, I saw that she glued her pieces in between of those stripes of the paper, but I couldn't really remember how she did that so that not everything moves around while she is arranging her collaging pieces. So I decided, as you could see a second ago, to glue the first layer, so I mean this paper with the butterfly, first, but only in the middle of this pieces of the paper so that I have the chance to put something behind so that it can peek out in between of those single pieces. I wanted to have some red on this page as well. I wanted this foreground really colorful so that also this contrast between the foreground and the background is really intensive. I wanted something wild, something to explore so that the eye can go over the page and explore many, many details. But I struggled a little bit which flower I wanted to use. So, of course, when you work with leftovers, like I do it here, then it's a little bit tricky with the size. So I printed those papers out on a normal DIN A4 sheet, and that's the size that's, yeah, that was planned by me. And of course, it's a little bit tricky here with the page. So the background is a normal junk journaling page, so you can fold it in half and then you have a DIN A5 journal. The foreground elements, so I mean this little birds and the flower and that stuff, are also meant to print on DIN A4 sheet, or of course you can also print this on US letter, but then everything fits together so that you can make a tag out of it. If you have seen my 4,000 subscribers giveaway challenge, then you know this birds and the flowers. Perhaps you have taken this freebie download link as well. So when you have it, then you know that everything fits perfectly together to make this tag. And when I print this out, of course, it can happen that the size is not fitting my page. So perhaps it's some kind of too big or that stuff. But I think this is also an opportunity to come over this struggling feelings that you sometimes have. So I want to say that I believe that we sometimes have to live with the things that we have on our desk. Don't overthink it. Don't go to your printer and print everything in smaller size or that kind of stuff, but using what you have and trying to arrange this, yeah, that you can be satisfied in the end and that it looks beautiful in the end for your eyes. And I think I'm clear about that some people will say about this piece, it's really strange, it's confusing, it's not in a aesthetic order or something like that, but I think that's not the point. And that's what I want to say to everyone who is walking through this social media world and who is watching other people's Instagram feeds and that stuff. Don't be confused about this beautiful artwork that you see every day. And I think also the most of the Instagram things and the Pinterest things, especially Pinterest, is some kind of fake. I found out that the most of the people use some kind of templates, that they often manipulate their pictures digitally, and it seems to be a physical piece of art, but it isn't. And I think sometimes we can't see that. We can't realize that there's a filter that was put over the photo, and that's the reason why this thing looks so beautiful and so harmonical. And I think you can hear this, that I'm really, in some kind of little war with myself and those people out there. I think this craft community is such an awesome community that don't lie to each other. So the people are honest, the people are helpful, they help each other, they give some advice, we give tutorials for free and that stuff. And I want to leave this community like it is. So that's the reason why I'm talking this confusing words here, because I'm really some kind of angry about all this fake people on social media. And why can't we show if something is like that, what you can see here? Why can't we show that sometimes we are sitting there that we struggle with ourselves, that we struggle with paper or with mediums, that we perhaps tear the paper that by accident, that we don't want it to tear, that we put paint all over our desk by accident, or that stuff. Why can't we talk about that? So I don't mean that bad to you. Please don't understand me wrong. I have really much problems to explain this in English so that it comes to your ear like I mean it. But I want to encourage you to have open eyes for those people who are doing fake to our eyes on social media. And I want to encourage you to stay as you are. And if my page looks like this, some kind of weird, some kind of, really chaotic, then this is me and this is my page. And that's the same with you. When you make such a page and you think, okay, I think it's beautiful, in my eyes it's beautiful, then it is beautiful. And all those tutorials where they say you have to use this kind of pen, you have to use this kind of ink, sorry, you have to buy this kind of tools. Yeah, why? Why? I don't understand that. So that's also the reason why I didn't distress anything here. So that's only an example to give you an idea what was behind this whole thing. Normally it would look a little bit more three-dimensional if I would distress it. It would look more vintage if I would do that. The foreground would look more harmonical with the background if I had used distress ink here. But I wanted to do this as simple as possible to show you that you can go through a process and have something beautiful in the end, even if you don't use those special materials, even if you only take your scissors, some paper and some glue and glue it down. It can look beautiful as well, and you don't have to run after all those trends with some kind of inks or that stuff. So I can't understand that. So by the way, those ephemera here come also from the bunny hug kit. These little bunnies there once were my own. So if you have this paper, I think some of you have this in their stash. Those bunnies once were mine, and I think they don't live anymore. I had to give them away a while ago, and but I wanted to let you know this little fact that sometimes in my own printables, there are included some personal things from me. So that's also a point. I'm a digital designer. I design my own paper collections, and I'm of course really, really happy that so many people love this paper and that they buy it for themselves, that they print it and make journals out of it. That makes me so happy, and I'm so thankful for that I have this possibility to turn my inner soul to the outside and that the world reacts to me. That's such a great feeling. And I think without this junk journaling community, I would never have experienced that. And this feeling always goes with me when I make such things. And also in this digital world, it's the same. There are so many people who are reproducing ideas from other people, that look at other people's Etsy shops and look what is a good item, what sells the best, and they make a similar version for their own shop instead of bringing their own brain, their own heart, and their own soul to work, and without bringing this into their papers. And I don't want to sound arrogant or something like that, but there are some things that are behind such YouTube videos, that are behind such social media accounts, and I think that are sometimes things that have to be spoken out. I have to talk about this because so many people write me private messages with struggling with this creative blocking and that stuff. So many people are angry because their designs were stolen and that stuff. And that's the reason why I think my task is also to bring your eye to this. I don't want to seem like a teacher that says you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. Please don't understand me wrong. But the most people who don't have to do with social media, who don't have to do with if you don't have to deal with an own Etsy shop, you don't have this struggling, you don't see that because there's no need for you to see that. But I want to bring you to this point that you perhaps, if you have some favorite artists, some people that you like, some people that you follow, some people that you watch tutorials and that stuff, that you perhaps think about how can I give them something that they are some kind of supported. I think there are really easy ways to do that without spending any money. You can leave a nice comment, you can like the video, you can share the video, you can write something on Instagram and tag your friends so that they get to know this account that you like, or something like that. And perhaps you haven't thought about this when you only watching this tutorial. So this word only, I don't mean it bad, of course, but there are things that can't be in your head when you are not in contact with those topics. And hopefully you understand me right when I say that. And I would like to say that, of course, for the whole junk journaling community, for every artist that is on YouTube, Instagram, or wherever, I always also try to support other artists. And I think we have to try to hold this feeling that we have in our community. I think every one of us can be a piece of this plan to hold all these things together. This helpful emotions, all those kindness that's around, all those awesome people that are out there have to be one, and they have to be one community. And I think in this really fake world, it only can work when we all work together. So that's a really big point for me, and perhaps hopefully it wasn't not boring for you when I talk so long about this while I'm collaging this page. But it was really a feeling from the bottom of my heart that I have to say this. And I would like to encourage you to support your favorite artists, not by spending money, but by spending a piece of your heart. And for all the designers and for all the creators, I would like to say, put some of your heart into your designs. I know there are many of you who are doing this, but for all of those who are watching perhaps this and think, oh, that's nice, I can make something similar. Please think with your own brain, do your own things, do something unique that you have never seen before. Of course, some pictures and some illustrations may be the same, but make your own designs and try to be unique and try to be yourself, especially that, because that means something for yourself, to be yourself and not for all the people outside. Okay, so that was really hard for me to say this, and I hope you all have understood this correct and how I meant it. So in the meantime, is this my finished piece, and I'm really, really happy with this. So I think this process worked, to just sit down and do it and try to be myself so that I can be satisfied with this end result. So I'm just gluing this, and in the end I will show you a photo how this looks, because my camera frame is a little bit weird and you can't see anything here. So if you are interested, please like this video, share this video with your friends, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. So if you have, thank you very much for being here. And I would be really happy if we see the next time. If you want to follow me somewhere else, all my social medias are listed down below this video. So if you would like to see some photos or that stuff, then you can follow me, for example, on Instagram, but everything is listed down below. And yeah, I have to say thank you very much for watching, or today perhaps thank you very much for listening and for being here with me. I wish you all the best. Do something creative and do something for yourself so that you can be satisfied with your own project and with you. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.